One of the most important places where our cultures play out is in meetings, right? How many meetings have you been in? Maybe there are 10 people. Let's just pick 10 as an average number. 3 people dominate the airtime, do all the talking. 7 or 8 people sit back, they kind of watch, don't really participate. Maybe they check out. What's going on there? Is it that those 7 or 8 people have nothing to contribute? Usually not. I think they have a lot to contribute, but they can't either get a word in edgewise, or they feel that their voice isn't welcome, or they're just not the conditions for everyone to participate. And there are lots of reasons for that. So, for example, if you do not give people time to prepare in advance for a meeting, you send out an agenda. If you don't do that, there are many people who will not be able to participate because people, for example, who are very introverted, people for whom English is a second language, people who are neurodivergent, they just may need time to prepare in a different way from the extroverts who are totally fine thinking on their feet and just talking in real time. Not everyone likes that. So give them some time to prepare. And then maybe, there's a suggestion, is have someone facilitate your meetings. And it doesn't have to be a professional facilitator, just take turns. And what will you notice? What you will notice is that not everyone's participating. Some people are speaking on top of each other. Some people are interrupting. And you can change that. You can set some ground rules. You can say, you know what we're going to do? We want to hear from everyone. So let's say no one speaks twice until everyone speaks once. It's simple. You don't have to do it in every meeting, but it is so different than how things normally go, where the loud people do all the talking. And you can let people know in advance. We're going to be talking about this new event that's coming up. I want everyone to prepare. Here's some reading material. And we're going to go around the room and everyone's going to speak, whether it's in person or virtual. And we're going to do turn taking. And you know what I've even done, because some people will talk too much, is I will say, I'm setting a timer. And everyone gets 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes. Everyone, no, sorry. That's a really long meeting. Everyone gets 30 seconds, or 1 minute, or 45 seconds, whatever it is, based on the time that you have. And we time it. And then it's the great equalizer, right? Because everyone knows they have the same amount of time. And they don't get offended when you say, thank you, we're going to move on. But sometimes, if you don't do that, because you're not going to do that in every meeting you run. I mean, that's the reality. You might do it in some. But other times, if you have a facilitator, they can say, thank you so much, Luis. Thank you so much, Luis. It's been really great. And I want to hear from someone else. So let's hear from the person next to you. I'm sorry, I can't even read your name. Salita. Is that right? Yeah. So thank you, Luis. We're going to talk to Salita. Salita, can you say something? And then we've invited Salita to participate, and we've thanked Luis. And everyone feels good, right? You don't feel offended that I just cut you off, right? No, right, exactly, because I did it in a nice way. And that's how we can really hear all the voices. And I would also encourage you to take advantage of the fantastic digital tools we have now, which I have seen bring in more quiet voices than we ever had before. So for example, there are online whiteboards. I don't know if you've ever used like Mural or Miro or Jamboard. There are lots of these now. But what it enables is the quiet people are probably willing to put a few Post-its on your virtual whiteboard, even if they're not willing to unmute themselves on a Zoom call. And suddenly you get ideas that you didn't have before. And it's quite remarkable. So there are lots of things you can do. And I'll just say one thing, because I think in this room, we have a good mix, but there may be more women than men. I will just tell you a data point. Women get interrupted in meetings 3 times more frequently than men. And I see some women nodding. This happens every time I share that statistic. It's just a fact. And it's a fact that women and men interrupt women more frequently. So that's part of our society, like it or not. I don't like it, but it's something to be aware of. Because if you get interrupted once, it's not a big deal. But if you get interrupted time and time again, you start to feel like my voice doesn't count, no one wants to hear from me, and I'm not going to say anything next time. So be aware of those interruptions.